She said she loves you.
But she can't love me.
But I love you.
Yeah. Look, all of my men's going crazy. I gotta brag on myself, I amaze me. Like I'm back in the 80s.
I won't play window anymore.
What's going on?
Play your role. 1xBet.
On to the next one.
YaLLa Compass 2025 season.
If anyone peeks through, they're both dead. They're both dead in the smoke. Bomb drops, pops up behind it at the edge of...
YaLLa Compass 2024 champions!
YaLLa, let's go!
Welcome back, friends. We've got more playoff action in the YaLLa Compass Winter 2025. Unfortunately, we're a little bit behind, of course, because there's a bit of a delay for Rush B, I think, finishing a match in another tournament. So we hopefully will get into the game pretty fast now that they're finished with that. But yeah, they've got a very sort of unexpected matchup in these playoffs, of course, Pop, coming in here, because we're in a position where there's been quite a lot of teams pulling out. We've had like some underdog performances coming through from the likes of Forza's Academy team, Forza Reload, but Forza don't have a main team right now, mate, so this is their main hustle.
Yeah, maybe they're about to become Forza and without the reload, you know, and they're taking on Rush B here. It was supposed to be 500, if I understood correctly, and then
yeah,
they pulled out of the tournament. And of course, Forza Reload, they did play through the Swiss stage. They did manage to win 3-1. And they did lose to Cybershock, but won against Sashi, ECLOT, and Copenhagen Wolves. Then moving on to winning against BNE. Interestingly enough, I saw that they were playing up against BNE. But we're going to talk about Rush B here for a second. As Rush B, they're the ones that were, well, basically straight invited or got the invite. Because the 500 we're not present anymore. And this Rush B team, it is looking interesting, right? They're, you know, up there. They do have a lot of ups and downs. I'll give them that, right? They did change around one of their players about 5 months ago, and not really. Well, since then they've had a big dip all the way down to almost 200th on HLTV ranking, but then they are mounting back up to get better.
Yeah, I think they need it, right? Because there was a point a little while back where they basically only played ESL Challenger League due to various other bits and pieces around the scene, right? About why they would not get invites. Now the VRS has come along, that's kind of saved them, and they're actually getting invites to more things again. And that VRS system is, you know, helping them improve as a team as well. Kinky, of course, is that player that's been around for forever. I mean, he's 33 now, the in-game leader of this roster. Of course, he used to be part of that Dream Eaters team back in 2019, the one that made the major. That was one of the more random CIS teams that made it back then. But yeah, they've got an interesting pool. They like to play a lot of Nuke. They actually do play Train as well. And Ancient Anubis is often in their wheelhouse too. But let's have a look at Forza Reload, which is actually quite an interesting roster. There's a couple of individuals on Rush B that I'd like to talk about later. But Forza Reload are in a position right now where it's like, okay, listen, I get it. It's an unranked event here in the YaLLa Compass because of various invites going awry earlier on. So that's why we've seen some pullouts, but it's absolutely worth it to continue grinding an event like this for a team like Forza Reload, right? Like, they need the experience of playing against higher ranked teams. They need the reps of it as well. And, you know, there's still money on the line here. It's not like this event means absolutely nothing. And sort of a money prize pot for these players who aren't really, you know, that experienced at this level is really important. And I think players like Shady, Something, and Cusme, I've seen all three of those play before when they used to be on that VP Prodigy roster, I believe it was. And they're actually very talented. So that'll be my first time covering Rexy and Spirit. I look forward to see how they do.
No, for sure. I think it's very interesting just to see how they do, right? Just because we know those names from the tier 2 space and we know that they have been playing really well. Interestingly enough, technically, at least on Angel TV, something is benched at the moment, so they could be looking for a fifth, or he could just be, you know, he just figured he's just showing up as benched, but maybe they're just trying it again just to see how it works. Technically, he was benched about a week ago, so maybe they're looking for something else. But we do have the map pool here. Not a lot in the past 3 months, but there's some bits and pieces that are good, especially Ancient. They played it 3 times. They won every single time. Dust2 and Nuke won 2 out of 3. Mirage, they enjoy playing it, but it's not really going all that well overall with just the win rate. And of course, yeah, they got to win on Train, but with only one map played, you can't really focus a lot on that. Those 2 teams actually faced each other a little bit ago, in about 15th of December was the date, and it was RushB to actually win Mirage and, well, Vertigo, but that's not part of the map pool anymore. It's been a little bit since we've seen Vertigo, and hopefully we never see it again. So yeah,
honestly, I don't disagree, mate. Honestly,
Yeah,
I was a big
hater.
Vertigo enjoyer, but I was also, at the end of the day, I actually ended up being a hater too, so I completely agree with you. But yeah, I think there actually is some interesting maps here that, you know, Forza Reload could have a look at. And I think, no, Mirage, I think we've got the veto coming up on our screens in a moment. You mentioned that they're poor win rate on Mirage, but yeah, sure, but you kind of have to stick to your wheelhouse if you are a team at this level. And of course, as you say, they just beat B&E on it the other day. They've actually had a good result against ECLOT on it back about a month ago. And beating ECLOT actually is no mean feat. So I think that's a pretty good win. I think one of the main things I want from this series, as we get the veto up on our screen now, is the likes of Texi to play well. I've seen Texi play quite a lot on Rush B. I think he's actually probably the one player I think is a big talent. Obviously, if you remember that the guy called Nota, I believe it was, came from Rush B originally.
Yes.
At that time on Amcal for a little bit. Now he's actually looking really good on Paravision. So I think Texi's kind of that next guy that can really be a factor from this particular roster in World Counter-Strike and maybe like Tier 2 CIS mixes as well. But we do get that Mirage pick coming through like we expected, even though they're not great on it. It's their wheelhouse, I have to say, as comfortable as they can be. For Rush B, they've got a number of options. There's a number of maps are actually quite comfortable at the moment. But we are going to get the train pick coming through. And Pop, guess what? I'm excited. The map's been in the damn pool for however long. Somehow, in every official I've casted this year, Train has dodged me. Not today. I'm going to get a chance to cast Train for the first time in 2025, and I'm excited.
It's a fun one. I'm gonna be honest. I just actually had Train like 5 hours ago, so it was.
Oh, there you go.
It was a fun endeavor, and yeah, now I do understand why, you know, Mirage is of course picked up by Forza Reload, and with Ancient as the decider, it's really interesting. Just because Forza Reload, okay, it's not their most played, by far it is Mirage their most played, but they do have a great win rate. They haven't yet to lose on it. On the other side, Rush B, that is their second most played after Nuke. 13 maps played of Ancient, 46% win rate. So just overall, I think this should make for a very competitive best of 3 between those two teams. And I'm really curious about that Mirage and how it's going to look, just because Forza Reload, they are investing quite a lot of time in it, and their win rate might not be good, but surely they do have a lot of strategies, and that's kind of the same for Rush B. Sure, they have that might be tied for second to last less played map for Rush B, but still they should be feeling fairly comfortable on it because they have played it 8 times in the past 3 months, and you know, just overall feeling comfortable against the team that's technically, if you look at, you know, the world ranking and all that, Rush B are ranked, I want to say, a lot better, just because the difference here is about 50 places, and 50 places over here is a pretty big difference.
Yeah, for sure. I think as well, the train pick, I mean, as you say, it's not an absolute lock for them. I think obviously when you're a team at this level, you kind of need a bit more of an unusual map to try and make a difference. In a pool, when you got so much Ancient, so much Anubis, so much Mirage, like you need something a little bit different. Maybe get yourself a lock. One team that's a good example of that at the moment is Ecstatic. They are a very good trained team at the moment, and they can obviously get a cheeky map over quite good teams thanks to that. If you look at their train results, I mean, Fnatic, they lost to Sashi, they lost to... they actually did beat Zero Tenacity, which is a good result, but they also lost to Fireflux. So it's very up and down for Rush B on their pick. However, of course, it's the reps that they have on the map officially over the likes of a Forza Reload, right? The thing is, the one map that they did play of Train, Forza Reload, was actually against Sashi. Sashi are on a really bad run of form right now, and it has been acknowledged today in the article that was released, I think, them removing all techs, and Hunden said that, oh, listen, we've had a terrible start to the year. So that's one of the results. It definitely was one of the bad ones, that loss on Train to Forza Reload 13-8. But it's a good result for Forza Reload, so that is something to work with. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see which way this one goes. I'm not sure what we've got in terms of the ETA. It's 1 to 2 minutes according to our lovely producer Bloodline, so hopefully not too long before we jump into the server. But yeah, I think what I want to see, as I said, the star players from both of these two teams just perform well. Shady is the one from Forza Reload that I've always sort of appreciated. I think he can have his pop-off rounds. As I said, I've not seen much of Rexy or Spirit yet, so I want to learn with that one. And on Rush B, I've seen everyone kind of but Zinni. You mentioned that pickup, of course, is a bit more of a new one. Sure, it's 5 months, but they had a bit more of a set lineup with Nota, of course, if you want, as I mentioned, for a little bit longer. So Zinni's been really good since he's joined, and that duo alongside Texi, I'm wanting to see perform.
No, for sure. I think, you know, he might be... I mean, he's tied up in terms of rating in the past 3 months with Texi. It's just his impact is through the roof compared to him. So maybe he's having those rounds where he has impact, but he's not really all that flashy. I remember this was very apparent to me in one of the South American teams. I think when he was in my BR Academy, Kawes, he was not really getting all that many kills, but he was having a lot of impact. He was getting a lot of very, very important kills. And he was another player that was really flashy and really getting multi-kills, but he was still in the end, Cow is getting all that recognition for being very, very good. And that could be the case here as well. I'm really looking forward to it. Another quick thing I wanted to point out in favor of actually Forza Reload is that they played against BNE on 2 of the 3 maps that we're going to see today. They played against them on Mirage and Ancient, and they managed to beat them on those 2 maps. Very close affairs, but they did manage to win. We won't talk about Anubis that started off with an 11-1. It doesn't matter for our game today. But we are getting ready to jump into Mirage, and it will be Rush B starting on the CT side, Forza Reload on the T side, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, a little bit of an opportunity for both these two teams to get a bit of money in the back pocket in a tournament this year.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I hear ticks in the chat. I get the impression we're pausing, and this is a full start, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think both teams will know that this is an opportunity to actually get something under their belt when it comes to rewards and cash in the back pocket for this year, because they've obviously been sort of skirting around the lesser tournaments in the scene. We're talking the likes of maybe European Pro League. We've got events like even in the SEA Advanced, right there, where they tried to make it up. Just to clarify, that is not a there's not a kill there. It's going to be live in the round for anyone who's just joined. But yeah, I'm expecting a Rush B win here. I'm expecting maybe a 2-0, to be honest, actually, with you here.
Ooh, okay.
But Forza Reload, they have got the ability to make something happen, and I think in this sort of matchup, but it's kind of a matchup that we've not really seen before, other than the end of last year. Things are a bit different now. Anything can happen.
I can see that angle just because Train is just such a big question mark. Because Forza Reload, sure, they won against Sashi. Rush B lost against Sashi, but that was only one the games of Rush B, and the only one for Forza Reload. So, it's a lot of questions that need to be answered here. But the first one is who's going to win the pistol round, and right now we're about to find out as Forza Reload get themselves onto that A site, flash into CT, and they're looking for some more aggression. Now they would peek into like 4 players if they start swinging into CT, but that's not what they want to do at the moment. They will re-smoke towards jungle. Kinky, nice headshot, and he gets a second. Thrown out by Shady, but Texi's good for the trade. Now the smoke comes on. One planet default, but someone's still there, and all of a sudden it's a 1v1 between Kiro and Kasmi. Oh, this is awkward. And
He's bypassed him. Oh, he's found him. Okay. That was actually awkward because Kiro did pick up the kit, right? There was an opportunity to actually get that defuse done. But Yeah, in the end, good pistol. They had the right positions at the end once they realised that smoke was coming through on toward the bomb to go for a defuse. The peak actually came through straight away, right? Nice shots from Kinky. The old captain doing some good work. But yeah, once that first smoke, the smoke came through toward the bomb and the player firebox realised that, he peaked on the right timing to not let him get anywhere near it to be defusing like a weird angle inside the smoke. Right, I think we've had some whiffs coming in on that one, but not this time, so it's a full eco for Rush B.
Force a reload once again, looking interested in that A site. Full on exec this time around. Sometimes I'm not really the biggest fan of full execs against ecos, just because they can surprise you just pushing through the smoke, as they already have a lot of options. They can try it, as Executor does. He will get traded out. Dexy will find one, and that's the only one that Rush B do find. Force a reload with a quick second in tow. Trying to mess up with our predictions here, Trav. I don't think they're too happy with us seeing 2-0, but it's still early doors. We can't be sure about anything. We can be sure though that something has a new MP. That is, wow, what a year are we in?
What? Yeah, exactly. What? Yeah. I mean, it's actually not that bad. I remember Elige once said that he prefers if he's holding W to use the MP9. It's a pre-nerf, obviously, pre-MP9 nerf. He prefers if he's holding W to use the MP9, and if he wants to work the round, he'd actually use the UMP. But yeah, I mean, it is kind of down to pure player preference at this point. It's not actually the better gun, in my opinion. Executor waiting in that room. That will remove the first, but Spirit actually does remove Zinni, and that's a really good kill to find. Long-range spray from Kiro, holding the line, and he finds 2. That's really big for Rush B's opening gun round.
Well, they got a bomb planted, but can they hold on to the site? 2v4. Cosme and Shady. The spam away through the con smoke. That obviously gives away some positions, but only one of their players did that. Ooh, a couple of smokes. Cosme could sneak in. He's right in between all of them, but he needs a way to help out his teammate. There's that one to the bomb. Cosme will deny that. There's Executor with a trade, and Shady not expecting Kinky to come in from CT, but they do not have time. They do not have a defuse kit, so that is going to be enough. Forcing reload, getting their 3rd round on the board. A very close one, but hey, they got it, so they'll be happy with it.
Oh, that one kill was enough. Isn't that insane? Just playing around the corner of the smoke there, pushing through it on a timing. Committing purely to removing the player off the defuse is enough to win it. That's huge for Forza. Well, of course, there will be a couple of guns that will be kept over for Rush B, which is something, but the kit will come back to bite them, or the kit being on the floor will come back to bite them.
They really like the safe side, don't they? It's just, they keep going A. Well, it worked, so I think that's a very good motivation to go to the same side of the map every time. He comes through. Oh, Kinky, he was blind as a bat. Hero, is he able to deliver? Finds one, but gets quickly traded right after by Shady. Hit through the smoke from Zinni, but not enough to get anyone in danger. Taxi behind Ticket Booth, waiting for his chance to strike. As soon as he hears the bomb being planted, or if that's even going to happen, because Zinni is still around. He's still firing away. That molly will force him out of position, and Spirit is the one to take him down. All the way into short. It's Executor taken out, and it's Taxi to try and deliver. 1v3 finds one. The second, almost spraying over to the third, but Spirit will secure the round. So there we go. It's a 4th. Just the only thing is, whenever I did mention this in another game as well, whenever a team is not able to find rounds early on and the other is just getting round after round after round, usually what happens is the team that's losing, they're getting closer and closer, that at one point they start to win some rounds themselves. And to be completely honest, I think Rush B are getting closer.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that was almost a fantastic play from Texi. He actually judged the, I guess you could say, normal spray transfer pattern with the A1S there pretty well as well. And that last play was aiming down to the left of him. Would have easily caught a headshot. Maybe just a little bit too far. At the end of the day, of course, we know the A1S is a bit of a pea shooter. Slow fire rate. But it's a fantastic start. They'll know that Rush B are now down to some sort of lower buy as well. But interesting, really interesting purchase coming in here from the CT side, right? Because they know they've done damage to the Forza economy, especially with bringing them down to one player in that previous round. Logic dictates here that you're playing against an eco. The Rush B have gauged how much damage they've done and said, okay, we'll actually buy 4 FAMASs and a Scout. It's different, but I like it.
Yeah, it's a ballsy play, and well, if it works out, as you said, you know, they know the damage that they did. Force a reload, could be an eco, could be the chance for Rush B to get some answers, and of course the Scout of Kiro does have to soften them up. Oh, Molly. That reveals the position of Kinky. Trying to find an opening kill, but he will be taken down from the side of Rexy. Nate doesn't connect with a low HP player. Kuzmi actually finding Executor through the smoke. And while Rush B might have had a good plan at first, it's not anymore. Shady covering for his teammate. That is wonderful teamwork. And Kiro was smoked up all this time, trying to find a headshot with a Scout. He's going to find Kuzmi. And something.
Ooh.
Okay, that's impressive, but is that enough? The bomb is being planted. Back onto the player there. Kiro, is he on for the ace? Because he's got 4. And now in a 1v1 against the low HP player, it's Rexy. Oh, he knows where he is. Flash over. He's fully blinded.
Perfect.
And there's Kiro with the ace. Rush B will be getting their first round on the board. Kudos of the Scout and then the AK.
Oh my goodness, what a round from Kiro. You don't see that too often. The headshots with the Scout turning into the AK clutch. That's one for the highlight reel. Big smile on his webcam there as well. Great work. Here they are, I think one of them. And as soon as I saw they were still planting the bomb default, I was a little bit worried, but they did have that player on the balcony right. And if you crouch on the balcony in that corner and hold CT and you're slow peaked, it's a very like T-favored angle because you've got like a pretty much of a headshot position and you can just tap away the head of your opponent. But the fact it was a wider swing, the fact that you saw him straight away, caught them off guard, and guess what? That buy was worth it. Sure, again, they've only won with 1 player alive themselves, but they've got 3 MP9s against the eco. They can build up something here. Forza choosing just to go for the deagle. So, yeah, fantastic round. This has been entertaining so far.
No, for sure. I mean, it looked like Forza Reload got everything they need, and then Kiro comes through. There it is. Now he has an op. He's got a big boy gun. Getting that opening kill into something, but a good angle from Kuzmi. And Kiro with a USP. That's no problem. Getting those kills. Executor helping out. All of a sudden, even though Kuzmi got that wonderful deagle headshot, and it looked like, okay, maybe they can do some damage. Maybe not. As Executor almost goes down to the Glock, but he won't. He's going to stay alive, and Rush B will be getting that second round on the board. Now, Forza Reload, they will be getting their buy out. See exactly how this could fare, especially against Kiro with the op, right? Because we've seen him with the Scout. He was very mobile. He was very good just aiming over the heads with the Scout itself, just getting those headshots. Now with the op, of course, that makes it a lot easier to get those kills. And in mid, it might be a little harder to be as aggressive as he was in the previous round. Shady. Judging by... This is an interesting also. It's an interesting addition. We went to the playoffs, seeing the cameras. I'll go back to that, because something just went down to Kinky. Not a second kill, though. But yeah, you can see their reactions, and I think they spotted a player in under.
Oh, Shady. Talking about the player cams, you can see some panicked comms there, actually, can't you? I mean, he was stuck top mid for a little while during the kill. That's what it actually looks like. That's, I feel like that's a little bit of me creeping in there, looking a bit panicked. Usually I'm very calm, but when you're in that situation, you know, mouth open, eyes wide open, your eyes are on tenterhooks, or eyes are on stalks, I should say, and you're on tenterhooks. That's the right way of saying it. It's better English. But, Yeah, he gets his 1 kill, recovers it into a 4 versus 3, and now they're just gonna go together toward A. Jump spotter spotted in CT. Texas with the MP9 can't really fight long range, and is just gonna have to wait. And waiting actually might be his downfall, because Spirit's ready to go with a peek in towards CT. Nade is decent, but he's not checking the bin yet. Almost being planted triple, but of course Texas just can't afford to swing it. Not being checked properly, and he actually kills him in the air, but doesn't matter. It was always going to be traded. 3v2, recovery for Kiro and Executor. Again, I don't think there's a kit picked up, and then while I have a smoke, Order are giving them absolutely nothing. Until then, I still think time has ticked down too low. Surely they don't win this one. It's 2 kills back in response. Rexy should just win this one via time alone. Executor has picked up the kit now, so it's a little bit more awkward for Rexy. And actually, Rexy's going to miss it. Is there time? I think there's time, you know. He's got it.
So. Oh my. Wow, what a round here from Executor. And, you know, it was Kiro allied with him, the hero of 2 rounds ago, right? And he didn't get a chance necessarily to help out all that much, but Executor, to the fact that he was able to win that last duel with that amount of HP as well, that is very impressive. And slowly but surely, they're working their way back into this game, not allowing Force the Reload to get ahead with too much here at the start of the map, and at the start of the best of 3, rather. Hero AK for Kuzmi with pistols surrounding him. And this time they're thinking, okay, maybe it's time to change up our play. Try and go towards the B site, and that's where Texi is waiting. Let's have some support in short as well. Great timing on that molly, and something's going to take some damage from that, so that should give away some of the information for the side of Rush B. I love how Texi, he is holding this angle, but he's not getting too aggressive. Knows that if he goes down, it could be very bad news for his team, and especially the player in short. There is someone that did bypass the smoke. That is something pushing up. Texi gets the information, but it's a little too late. Gets fully flashed, and there we go. There's the kill. Kiro in short with the ult, though. Misplay. It's going to take another shot, but another miss.
Oh, Kiro, he's missed 3. Finally, he's hit 1. There we go. Something will go down. Smoke to block off the bench angle as well to allow Executor to push forward and maybe deal with the bomb planter. But now that position is going to be a little bit clearer until Kiro actually uses the right-hand side of that short smoke to his effect. And a positive effect at that. JD, hang on. He's hitting headshots until he finally goes down. He's seen some quality shots so far in this game, but Rush B are fighting back now. Forza had a little start, riding their luck slightly. Now we're back even at 4 apiece.
Still some impressive shots here, and that flash was just perfect, but the fact that Kiro did so much, pushed through the smoke here at the edge, and was able to get the shot from short. I mean, he is feeling it for sure. I would be feeling it. If I would be 15-5 after the first 8 rounds, I would be feeling over the moon, just taking fights with anyone, and probably just die constantly. And that's probably why I'm not playing in this game, but that could be one of the reasons. It is a full buy for Forza Reload this time around. Spirit. Oh, he spots out the feet. There's the trade from Kinky, but he's gonna take some damage in the process, so it should still be a slight advantage here for Forza Reload. It does come down to where do we want to attack, and Kiro's the next victim. What a shot from something.
Rexy versus Texi. How often that will happen during the course of the BO3. Kinky stuck in sandwich. Surely he will be unlikely to get 2, and yes, it's only the 1. Good trade from something. And now again, a clutch. And again, actually, a clutch that will be attempted, I think, here. Need to break up in the smoke, a flash to go through it as well. Well judged by Executor, pathing his way up here. Not blinding himself, not nading himself too heavily. But unfortunately, now it's where it gets really difficult. They've got utility support here to go for a little peek in toward the site. And then he cuts the bomb. They're going to try and peek it together. And he tries the transfer. If he hit the first headshot, maybe it could have been close. But not this time. Shady gets away with 5 HP. Floor's back in the lead.
Still seems like a pretty good try there. Just to go for that 1v2 fairly quickly, and yeah, I think it was just a little off target, a little closer, and yeah, as you said, it could have been the round itself. Now a slight pause called in here. Hopefully nothing too serious. We did see one of the players on Rush B just laying back, so it might be a little
Full
more...
recline.
Yeah.
Can you play any games full recline? Or do you have to be locked in?
Full recline, you
Sat
mean
straight
like
up?
like even a little bit, or just standing
Well,
like GDM?
No, I'm not talking JDM levels. I'm talking, yeah, just a normal level of recline where you're just not sat up straight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What do you game usually in your spare time?
Some MMO action, some World of Warcraft,
Classic.
things like that.
It's crazy how games like that are just still like. I know we're literally watching Counter-Strike, which has been around since like beginning of the millennium, but yeah, like World of Warcraft sticks around. This is one that people will just never stop playing.
Yeah, we're just getting older, and the game itself is getting older, but it's still fun for some of the boomers around here. Also, just, you know, reclining a little bit, we're casting. But I think that's, you know...
You're going to be comfortable when you're doing your job.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you prefer standing or sitting?
Sometimes I do stand up, just because if I'm sitting down for a really long time, I prefer standing up just to walk a little bit around. And
yeah, I can definitely, if I could do it standing up, for example, if I was working a LAN and you have an opportunity to stand up, I probably would. But I just mostly at home always sat down. Zeus is attempted here, which is just not going to happen. It's an eco, which is why we're waffling. This Deagle will do something now. Hang on a second.
Nope.
Flash. Oh, he's on top of his head. He's on his head. He's been Goomba stomped. That was amusing. But, yeah, anyway. It's like... I think, like, standing up also locks you in a bit more as well sometimes. If you're a little bit tired, say you're doing a North American game and it's the middle of the night, you know, I've found a cure for that. It's like have a weight to lift, just to lock your mind back in. Get some energy in your bones and your limbs. And then stand up as well. Keeps you mentally fresh.
So you mean to say you're working out and getting buffed while casting?
I mean,
that's the way
working out is a strong word. It's like a little like 4 kilo, 3 kilo weight. It's not that much, but you know, it will do something. Even if it's like 0.01%.
I wasn't expecting you to say, "Oh no, while casting, I bench
I'm
press
bench
like
pressing
150 kilos."
No, but
that would be
yeah,
fun. It would be casting and working out like chess boxing, right?
Yeah, maybe. I think it's worth. You can do that while it locks your brain in. Then, oh yeah. Anyway, the eco is finally over. It's got Forza. They've got a tie confirmed on the half. And now we are in a position where Rushby actually won a couple of rounds on the board now. They're falling behind again. They managed to recover it to 4 each. Now, a little bit of aggression from Kinky to try and get some of that early aggression going his way and his team's way rather than his opponent's. But now he's been removed. A good clear of the ladder room position by Cusme means the Executor will drop as well. He's been executed, and now this is looking very difficult for Rushby.
Very good moment to be pushing through Palace when he did there. Just because Spirit got that kill, because for a second Kinky got distracted, probably by his teammates that were fighting hard. Good Molly. Oh, Zinni. He has to get the kill. It's awkward, and there's another player coming through. Forza Reload, they are getting those kills. I don't think they necessarily knew what was going on. They were being very slow about it, and at one point, with Rush B still having all their players towards the A side, it seemed like Forza Reload wanted to go towards A. That's kind of the reason why, for a second, it seemed like Rush B could still have a pretty good chance at fooling Forza Reload into pushing into them. but it didn't happen. Texi trying to hang on to the M4 as he pushes out of apartment. So he went by something. So I think he's actually going to be staying alive.
Actually needs it as well. Imperative.
Yeah, it's going to be very important for the next round as they probably won't have a lot. I think they might be on 2,400.
Let's see. Yeah, you're right. Executor had $50 left. He's now got $24.50. So yeah, it's a clean start for Fours, and they actually, it could have gotten away from them as well early game if you remember. There were a number of close rounds, a number of clutch attempts from Rush B that went awry. That big round from Forza, I think they had Shady deny the defuse. Really kept them going.
Well, Rush B, this is obviously not going to be easy, and they get onto aggression early on into the A site. They got full control of Palace. It does come down to timing because there's a player watching the push. So if I'm right, that might be Kiro who pushed through Palace. If he's a little slower, if he pushes now, he's in the clear. They know that it's not an A play, especially with all the presence in mid and also the couple of players in B apartments. Rush B could base a lot of their plays or a lot of their defense on that B site. Try and gamble it out, considering the lesser weaponry that they have right now. Oh, Zini almost being eliminated. Lucky to be alive, rather.
Will that Molly annoy Kinky? No, it won't. Goes deep in toward the van position, but he is flashed in, and now they'll realise he's there. Let's drop down. Good HE though. Great nades. Already half HP on Rexy and something, but Zinni is OP in the meantime. The 5-7 needs to deliver, and it just won't. Executed with one. Texi, will he be cleared? Yes, he will. And the site defense will fall apart. It's going to be 8 on T side for Forza, and they'll be delighted with that. It could have actually been a much more even half, but they won some of the close rounds. And who knows, maybe if Kiro didn't win that ridiculous ace clutch, we could have even been talking about a 9-3.
Well, for Rush B, it is going to be an uphill battle to try and get themselves back into this game. Usually a little better at the CT side. But Forza Reload actually a little better at the T side, at least in the past 3 months. The times that they played this map, so maybe there's still something here for Rush B to get done. Obviously, the pistol round is going to be pretty weighty if they're able to take it away here on the T side. Could be closing in. Oh, but I like the aggression here from Forza Reload with the dualies as well. Spirit got into the corner. Zinni will take down Shady. Dodges the flash, but is unable to dodge bullets. So Zinni will be getting himself a double kill, and that's the openers that he needed to open up the site. Crispy, quick under rotate, looking for those headshots with the USB. Will be taking down Executor, but Zinni's on a roll right now. He's not stopping. He's taking down everyone.
Oh, and the dropping the sandwich, very easily heard there, but now recovering things, down to Kinky, the captain, and he's done it. He has pulled it off, and that's actually a massive lifeline for his team. I only think maybe 1 or 2 bullets left in the Glock there to get that final kill. Great attempt by Forza on the retake. But the 33-year-old in-game leader still got it. Unk still got it.
You know, I was guessing a game with Faraz, and I said Pog, and he said I'm too old for that, so...
Listen, you're never too old for a bit of memery.
I don't know, he was mean. Now I'm not using Pog anymore. And some would say I'm already qualified for the Unk rank, so... Maybe that's why.
How old are you again?
28.
Okay, we're the same.
Oh, okay, I was ready for you to say, okay, yeah, you're right.
Well, maybe you are right. Maybe I'm an Unk too.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, I do think now at this point, I think in every single friend group I've ever been in, as this push is coming through, should be fine. Yeah, it's all good. Every single friend group I've been in, I've always been the youngest one, I think. And now, like, I'm starting to become one of the older ones.
Oh, okay.
Which is, that's like, oh god, time's getting on.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
born September 96. What year are you, or month?
July 96.
Okay,
So I'm
a little bit younger than you.
Yeah, I'm a little older than you. The only thing is in my friend group, so usually, in our language, you would call, like, unk. It would be actually a very good translation for unk in Romanian. It would be bre. And
okay,
that's actually fair for a lot of Eastern European kind of Slavic countries or languages. And we had a friend that we used to call him that, but he's not, he's not joining us as often. And then the next one becomes the bre, and I'm the second after the next one. So
no.
I'm very afraid of that. But
you're next in line. You're
Yes.
next in line.
so hopefully we'll keep being friends with the guy that's older than me.
It's okay. It's all about how you actually feel as a person. Right now, I feel young. I feel like I could be 21. I'm just a little bit wiser.
I feel 45, so.
Unlucky. Moving on. Next gun round coming in. We've got the first kill already executed down to Shady. Also want to do something with this one, and they've got some great timing on these pushes. Kiro has no idea that T-spawn could be an issue. And doesn't even clear it properly. And now Rush B. 3v5. We'll have really a couple of options left, and that one of them is to walk B. You have the pinch possibility up short. You can see on the minimap right now that will come through with Kinky's lurk. He's trying to sell a bit of a fake, perhaps. And that 29 HP. He does get himself one, but now it's down to the apps players dropping down. They probably need to entry custody straight away, and maybe something in the back of the site, but it's not going to happen. Zinni is looking to try and win a 1v4, but he's running low on ammunition now. He's struggling to find a good position. We know exactly where he is. 2 bullets left, I think. 4 bullets, I should say. Actually been given time for a reload, but now he's going to have 3 different angles to worry about. And that will be the kill for Spirit. Forza 9-6.
I think he was still given a chance there. He had like a couple of 1v1s. It was a little unfortunate he didn't get the kills. Because if he gets headshots there, he gets it down to 1v1 and then it becomes a lot easier. The thing I'm trying to, say is that he was given multiple chances. And it could have gotten very ugly there for Forza Reload. But with that, they will be getting themselves up to 9, as you said. And it's an eco for Rush B, which is a little unfortunate as they were trying to get themselves back into this game. Waterfall out of Ballas, Crispy already finding 2. There's Spirit with a couple, and Rexy with the kill onto Zinni. A clean, flawless, quick round from the side of Forza Reload. Rush B will be buying up, so this is the moment to keep on striking back. It started off as an 8-4. They got all the way up to 6, but first spy round of Forza Reload was good enough, so right now, Rush B, if they want to get back into this and try and take away the map pick of Forza Reload, well, they need 4 rounds in a row to get the score equalized.
Yeah, now again, as you say, money could be the issue. They managed to get the AWP out on Kiro, and that could be crucial. It'll actually put some good use as well to remove Shady. Shady is having a good game. He was one of the guys I called out on Forza after the Void Man 2011. But down in this round, and the M4 push toward ramp, 1A, 1S, 1A4 works out for 1 apiece. It recovers it into a 3v3. Good idea. Oh, Rex has gone even further on this. Kiro, you got to be ready for this one. And a good reaction. You actually see his... I really like how we can see his monitor there in his camera position. Can see the timing, how close it is to what's actually going on the server, and he was actually looking at the tab scoreboard for a split second, then he went back, then he checked it, then he found it.
Rush B, they're being very careful about this. Making their way into mid. They're playing as a pack, playing as a unit. The only thing is, Forza Reload, they got both players towards B. And Rush B, they're actually going in their direction. Something hiding Next to truck. Spirit has the angle towards apartments all the way from the back of sight. Oh, and that smoke will give it away. Ooh, this could be turning ugly. Spirit takes down Sexy. There's the trade from something
God.
as well, and Spirit will take down Zinni. Rush B, they were so focused. They didn't even check the site. They just got themselves into the site and tried to get the ball plan.
Yeah, I mean, how much time was there left on the clock? Did you notice that by any chance again?
Had enough time to check the point.
Yeah,
I think we'll find out in a second.
We've got the replays here, thanks to Bobby Clutch. They're 15 seconds. Okay, it's not amazing, but I know you can feel rushed with 15 seconds on the clock, and you can feel like you want to just go for the plant, which guarantees extra time in the round, of course. But yeah, I think that is definitely an oversight and just a lazy, lackadaisical way of going about it, just assuming that it's going to be okay to at least going to be getting yourself an afterplant. Not the case. Pathing wasn't that good. There were 2 players ready and raring for it, but the Deagles could still win a couple of duels. Kinky will once again get an opening with his, actually. With a good kill from him. Forza are 4 pistol kills away. Or kills against pistols away. Reaching that point, but Zinni is in behind. There's one. Now Rexy could be under pressure.
Starting to push through. Something. Good angle. He's going to find Kiro. Texi with a trade onto Rexy. That's going to happen a lot. The 2v2 with a bomb plant. Op in the hands of Texi. Spirit, first one to push in. Something in tow. Executor trying to find out as much as he can. Trying to get information. Oh, and he's got it. At least one of the players. Texi's locked in. Could be taking a swing. It could be risky. Fires off a shot. There's Executor with a shot as well. Does connect for a little bit of damage. Texi finds the kill on the Spirit. Gets the Deagle out. Then he finds the Deagle headshot. That is a very ballsy move, but it gets the job done nonetheless. Rush B onto 7.
Lifeline. Massive lifeline for Rush B. This game has been getting away from them. The Eagles showing up. Lovely flank from Zinni. Sure, the trade actually came through pretty well in the end for Forza, but the fact that Texi got his grubby mitts on that AWP was always going to change something in the round. And he didn't even need it for the final kill. Lovely 1D. Money was built up a little bit though for Forza, so they've got another buy available for them, but this is actually their last if they don't save. So the path for a comeback for Rush B is definitely on.
Oh, Zinni pressuring the AWP there. Shady had to go back. In the meantime, Texi's trying to work towards the B site. Something needs to be careful. Texi's right around the corner. Although Shady's covering the angle as well since he left mid. He's got another angle to be worried about. Good nade. Something takes a good chunk of damage because of that. And right now they want to back away. They don't want to fight B anymore. But the thing is, Rush B should know that ramp has been clear for a really long time and First Reload could have taken control over it. Let's see if Spirit is able to get a multi-kill here. Surprises Zinni. That's bombed down as well, and Cosme to help out. That's a lot of information, and the rotation should be coming through from Force Reload at this point. Good shot from Kinky. Oh, but he falls at the wrong time. Cosme does get the kill. Ooh,
Good answer back this is. And a great nade, as you were about to say, on Executor. That was meaty. And Kiro has won an incredible clutch in this game. The Orpas have actually been somewhat the stars of the show. They are the 2 top fraggers for either team. But recently, Spirit and Cosme have had great impact. And with 20 seconds left to go, sure, you've got bomb under your possession, but no map control whatsoever, and you're going to have nothing in the following round if you don't keep hold of these weapons. And this is one of the saves, right? Which, you know, don't get me wrong, I hate saving. But this one makes total sense because you can actually drop 2 AKs, and Kinky and Zinni, or Texi, probably Texi, he's more of one of the star players, desperately need them.
5 chances to close it out. First Reload. It is their map pick, so you can understand why it is looking pretty good for them just overall. Trying to bump up their win rate as well, as it is not looking great, but that's going to help quite a lot. Rush B, trying to live up to their name. Are they actually rushing B? No, they just took control over mid. I swear, this is like the third time, I think, I'm guessing, rush B, and I don't think they ever rush B.
It's rare, isn't it? Why don't they live up to their name, man? Come on.
Just change your name to play slow.
Hello.
That's good. That's a good
Something's walked through the smoke. What has walked through the smoke? Something has. What has? Something has, bro. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean now. Zinni will get the kill on Customary. I'm not. I'm just making
the voices.
Kiro will actually get that kill as well. The round's fallen apart. And Forza will have to try again in one of the rounds to come. And actually, now this could be a little bit of a mini path back for Rush B. Shady's only going to have this AWP. They're going to have maybe 2 M4s if they want to go for a buy. He is actually being hunted somewhat. They now know where he is, and they've got, of course, a flank from behind. So keeping this AWP actually might be somewhat unlikely. And there it is. So enough for 2 AKs, but really what you do here if you're something in Spirit, you drop 2 pistols and you full eco.
Yeah, we've got some space to play with, so might as well take it slow. Or not. That's also one of the plans available.
Yeah. 2 M4s, MP9, 2 5.7s. Don't get me wrong, they can win around with this, but that's not the way to start doing it. They're trying to put something a bit more aggressive into all apartments. Do they know that there's a possibility of a 3rd player on the site? Are they aware of the roles of the team? That there could be more angles occupied on B? Not so sure. But I have at least got a 1-for-1. Shame it was awkward for Spirit. But round's still on.
Wrong call this time, it seems. Oh, Shady. A lot of damage into Executor actually forces him back. And now just Palace being a danger zone for the side of Rush B. Great find from Cosme. Could be getting himself a weapon out of that. Gonna need some help. Gonna need some rotations. AK retrieved. Can play the off angle, but might as well help. Wait for help as 2 M4s can come through. Executor, good find. Hero finds the kill onto something. Cosme. Oh, the wallbang doesn't really work out, but the 5-7 will. And almost a double, but no, it will be Cosme who swings out at a perfect time, gets the kill. And there we go. It's Forza Reload to get away with their map pick on a kind of a weak force buy. But hey, if it works out, that's all that matters. I was doing the math in my head, seeing if they lose this one, then when they can buy, they could have bought on 10. Again, just a very unexpected decision, but it gets the job done. So there we go. 13-8, and they got their map in the back.
Yeah, that's the most critical part of it, of course. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you do it. And I think as well, overall, they deserved that one, without a shadow of a doubt for me. I mean, they had some of the more pop-off moments. Sure, Kiro had his ace clutch with the Scout and the AK. Well, our clutch played to literally absolute perfection. It was a great watch, but a couple of elementary errors from Rush B, trying to take a site without checking it properly, comes to mind. And in caught in that one, and I think Forza were actually always in control of that. And Shady and Cusme, I think definitely Shady, who I called out for wanted to see a good performance, he certainly had one. So good stuff. And now we go, of course, on to Train for Rush B, which is their pick. And as of course, as I detailed earlier, it's a pick for Rush B that they do like to go toward, but it's not like a lock pick for them. It's one that they have a pretty 50% record on it recently. Of course, Forza only have one map recorded on it recently. Sure, great win against Sashi, but we know Sashi's form has been pretty bad recently. So, yeah, I'm feeling like we could be going to 3, purely because of the reps for Rush B on Train. But we'll have to see. Looking forward to Train. It'll be my first time this year. Somehow, don't ask me how. I've dodged it. Train, I'm going to welcome you with a hug. And I'll see you after the break for that.
She said she loves you.
But she can't love me.
But I love you.
Yeah. Look, all of my men's going crazy. I gotta brag on myself, I amaze me. Joke like I'm back in the 80s.
I won't play window anymore.
What's going on?
Play your role. 1xBet.
On to the next one. YaLLa Compass 2025 season.
If anyone peeks through, they're both dead. They're both dead in the smoke. Bomb dropped, popped up behind it at the edge of.
YaLLa Compass 2024 champions.
YaLLa, let's go!
Great performance from Forza, and I think it's safe to say it was maybe a little bit unexpected how clean they were in some of those rounds. We know Rush B to be the higher ranked team, but they're under a bit of pressure in this one now, going into their map pick of Train. Should be a fun one though. As I said, my first time catching a bit of Train this season, and it's one that map that they're quite comfortable into picking into, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Forza Reload, I think the only kind of thing they got going for them is that Rush B couldn't really see a lot that Forza Reload tend to do on this map, just because they only played this map once against Sashi basically a month ago. So maybe they got that to kind of give them an edge over the side of Rush B. At the same time, they could do the same exact thing, so we'll see if that's going to take anything into account or if it's just going to be an all-out brawl as we're getting ready to start things off on Train. It is Forza Reload. Of course, they're going to be the guests here, as it is the map of Rush B. And of course, as with that, Forza Reload will choose where they want to start, and they chose to start on the CT side, even though a lot of those teams have been doing fairly good on the T side. So we'll see if that's going to be anything to take note of. As Forza Reload, they're looking for aggression early on.
Oh, I like this. I don't know why we're jumping there, Executor. I'm not sure what the goal was. That maybe you were just trying to call for a boost and it was a miscommunication to sit on each other's head. I think that's the only answer I can really think of on that one. And Texi tries to creep out Pop. Not going to work. Kasumi will get the kill. Now, only option really is to group up back together with the bomb on Kiro's back. Back toward T-Con. And ever since they moved the T-spawn back a tiny bit, so you couldn't just run straight out and take the E-box fight and very likely be favoured in that E-box fight as a T. The map is slightly CT again, I think. Here's a push all the way through Ivy from Rexy to try and clear this one up, and it's a lovely clean tap on the follow-up. And a great start for Forza Reload. Let's see what they can do with it now. On technically, for me, the favoured side at the moment.
Well, they are certainly not going to wait for a fight. They're going to be looking for a fight, and might as well. Why not? It seems like it's working out wonders. If the enemy team doesn't know what to expect of you, then you can just do whatever, I guess. Although I really rate this aggression. I think this is going to set a pace off for a team like Forza Reload. At the same time, as I said, Rush B, they're not necessarily a team that rushes. They're a team playing fairly slow. Executor, good shot onto Rexy to start things off in the second round of the game. One of the weapons eliminated, and those rounds are the ones that they need to be careful of. Don't want to be caught out by the pistols. And Kuzmi, he will certainly not be caught out as he finds a double.
Yeah, important. Any sort of damage here from Rush B on this round will be welcomed. Three players will walk through Ivy, being kept an eye on by Spirit. Look away, but he's got teammate support with something here as well, which will all be good. doesn't need to overpeak. He can have his teammate to swing for him, and actually it doesn't even matter. He actually catches the headshot on the last player working his way in. Something survives on 1 HP off the back of those 3 kills. Slightly fortunate, but we take that every day of the week.
Well then, how about the AKs and the gills? What can those do from the side of Rush B? Let's force a reload very early. Util. Oh, Zinni going very low and actually eliminated by Kuzmi. Still looking for aggression, but of course with the SMG, that's what you can excel at. Luckily for Kinky, he gets behind the box in time. In the meantime, Texi aggressing towards the B site. Let's get some information, and he is on the site itself, but he is by himself as well. Good shot. Takes down something. Molly forces him out of position, but only gets him another kill. And Rush B, they have the player advantage. Executor only good for 1 as Kuzmi trades out, and it's a 2v2. Bomb drop in lower ramp. They need to double up onto Kinky. No, they actually don't. It's Kuzmi who gets himself a triple. That Molly is going to keep them at bay, so the bomb can be planted, but can Texi just cover the site by his lonesome? Kuzmi could be the first one to peek out. No, it's actually Spirit. And with that, it's a 1v1. Both low HP now, as Texi was hit by one of those green bullets. Down to 8 HP, and Kuzmi 4 kills to get Forza reload. A 3rd round. A very tight one, but a very good individual effort from Kuzmi.
Goodness me, that's, yeah, quad kill up to 7-0. Kuzmi having an absolute mad round there. Didn't look like they were going to find a way to be able to respond in that one. Forza. Texi had just won the entry towards ramp, pushed all the way down, got control of the back of the site. You feel so confident when you pick the back of the site like that. Almost like a T-favoured swing every single time, but he was taken down so low and actually taking the gamble there, Kuzmi, to jump up on top of the contrain. Actually, massively risky, as he was only 1 bullet from death, but he hit the headshot first. Doesn't even matter that his opponent was low HP. That little right-click HE to stop him pushing out main quickly, and he stopped Zinni before he can even push his way through the smoke. There's even one more player behind it. He could get taken down too, but very easy opening again. That utility is great to watch.
Oh, gap in the smoke. And an easy kill into Kuzmi. Couple of mistakes there from Forza Reload. The first Molly for main actually failed. Good shot from Shady though. The smoke will isolate him. Good trying to take another swing, although Rexy is taken down by Texi. And with that, a 3v3 ensues, but something finds an important shot on Texi. That gives them the player advantage, but Shady's very low. He still has the off Spirit with the flank through main, though. They never expected it, and that's Kiro eliminated. Executor has to clutch up 1v3. Knows that the upper was somewhere towards Old Bomb or that side of the map. Did rotate over to Khan. Flash. Oh, and there's Shady pushing in. Fully blinded, but he gets the information for his teammates. Executor just hiding in the corner. What was once heaven. Executor. Oh my, what a spray transfer. He's gonna get them all.
Wow, another close round in this one. We've had some highly entertaining back and forths on both maps in the beginning of them. Forza will be upset. It's the one that's got away from them, that's for sure. A bit too hesitant on the retake. Sure, don't get me wrong, the transfer is unbelievable. It should never have come through. Replay of it right here. Oh, the instant transfer. He was on 2 HP after that. That is incredibly impressive. Well, both teams have won a round, which is probably slightly unexpected. Push through, the aggression, the flash is so good, and the brawl toward Brownhalls looks so clean for a second. But I could only get 1 kill from that, incredibly. Kinky, Executor, and Texi all tagged down below 50. But Kiro, the only one on 100. Going to need more aggression across the map to try and recover it. Rexy's going to go looking. Great kill with the 5-7. And they've kind of locked them in Brownhalls now.
How do you get through this? Just because of these positions right here. Rexy, important find. Needed at first one. He's actually going to get the second and a third. Oh my, Rexy, it's a quad kill for him. Rush B, they could not deal with a $500 pistol.
Nerf the 5-7. Actually, maybe don't, because the CT side need a bit of help sometimes, knowing how T-sided the game is at the moment. Beautiful holes. Actually, just leading. I liked that answer. But, I mean, look how much Texie's whiffed on that last one, I gotta say. I mean, Rexy did not get that second kill cleanly. And they all walked toward him. So, big errors from Rush B in terms of just pure aim in a couple of these situations, but Forza definitely outpositioned them. A bit of aggression toward Brown Halls to begin the round. Fighting through the brickwork was a great way to shock them. In the end, they shocked them more than once.
Well, the Deagles need to shock them big time this time around. 5-7s did the job in the previous for Forza Reload. How about the Eagles now as Texie? Could be the first one to peek in. Well, he is, but something's around the corner. It's something. He got the kill.
Who?
Something.
What?
4v5. Still 4 Deagles alive. Are they gonna find something? Or are they gonna find Kusmi?
Or they're going to find nothing.
Find
nothing. He's retired now, unfortunately, though. He'll get one kill, will something, but there's the Deagles coming in from Kiro. We saw an amazing play from him in the previous map. Executor's showing up as well. Another pistol round going awry here for Forza. Should be clearing this one up, but their shots just coming through, and Thomas Train is getting pressured. Thankfully, Spirit will take that one. That forces Kiro into the open. He's not going to be hitting anymore. Thankfully, for Forza's sake, they recover that situation. More good shots hit by Rush B, but it's still only one round on the board.
Rush B, another good chance for them to start striking back as they will get their weapons out. See what they can get done here. If they can put a stop to Forza Reload's advance on the CT side. And a barrage of nades here. Rexy, good find onto Zinni. Even though you might have spotted a couple of players there. Executor taken down by Spirit. And well, we might have found out how the CT side can look a lot better on this map. Just constant aggression. Shady waiting from the swing. The Opper on the opposite side is looking down, but he's on the trash can, so he's not really gonna be swinging out anytime soon. He's waiting for his teammates. Although Shady's locked in. If there's no flash there, I think he gets that first kill. Oh, the smoke. Timely manner. But the boost could get something in return. Shady. Oh, he could be peeking at a perfect moment, and he does.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Timing for Texie. Not on his side. Now, Rush B have no choice but to push down. 2 versus 5. That nade. Oh, my goodness. He didn't even get affected by that. He thought that maybe he would be able to get any vision on that player in front of him, but he still finds one more. The instant trade from Spirit. Bob picked up. 6-1. Rush B. A bit AFK in this map thus far, but for that one heroic, wild, unlikely transfer from Executor on A. You know, enough money, and of course enough loss bonus to actually go for a bit of a half buy here. The Galils look like quite a significant purchase, but actually it's... have enough loss bonus to buy up again, whatever. So, Kiro keeping 3 grand in the bank for the AWP and 4 util. The buy does make sense in that case.
Full-on exec towards the B side, or rather, a lot of flashes. That's a full-on exec. Shady finds the first kill on Kinky. Trying to overpower the defense here. Something only able to find one, and Zini keeps on pushing with the Tech 9. There we go. It's actually a triple kill from Zini, and he completely overpowered the defense here. Overwhelmed, rather. Couldn't get things done in time. Couldn't get the spray done in time. Wrong moment to go for a weapon that's been left in the open, but Zini will trade out, and that's a quad kill for Zini, and it seems like Rush B works out.
Who knew? Who knew that if you do live up to your name, it works out? Crazy.
Let's see it again. The Rush.
Massive swing, right? Like he swung so far from the Thomas train to the sidewalk position. Maybe as far as to con train.
Yep. The Rush B. I think even if, you know, you're not really going to be rushing B every single time. Hero, good shot onto Shady and a second onto Spirit. Good couple of finds. What I want to say is going through A main very early, like you would on old train, right? With just drop a smoke, extinguish the volley, and push through. It's not really, it doesn't seem like it's really all that possible anymore. Look at Texi go. Quick double on the B aggression squad. And with that, Rush B could actually be dropped back up into this game, because Rexy goes down here. They're on 1900 loss bonus, so this is an eco 100%. Rush B could get themselves up to 4 in a game that was looking very one-sided. It looked like Forza Reload got everything under control. Not anymore. That Rush B completely threw a spanner in the works.
Yeah, and now their reward is probably a much closer half. As far as a guarantee, you'd think. You need it better than that. 5-man push for Forza on this full USP round. I say full USP, there is one P2000. 3, 2, 1. The standoff. Texi, how many does he get? I'm going to say 3. Oh, he's running away. He's going to get 0 because he's got utility out. That's so unfortunate. To be fair, that is his own mistake though, because yeah, he did make noise running away. It just gave Forza Reload the impetus to push then and there. Hero double scoped in on that angle. Goodness. On a weekday afternoon? That's crazy.
Well, Forza Reload, can you deal some more damage? That's the question. You can. Shady. A second onto Kinky. Executor trying to deny the save. Oh, just around the corner. Spirit will be walking away. So those two AKs should be saved. This is an interesting saving angle. But with that, 4th secured for Rush B. In the bag. It's a couple of rounds until we close out the first half. We still could be seeing Forza Reload walk away with 8 with the way that they have been playing on the CT side so far. Sure, a little slip up on that Rush B, but they can certainly start getting some more things done here. Again, just a barrage of nades towards main, just to stop any kind of quick approach. Some will refer it as a rush. Yeah, we've seen too many. That's taking their time.
Texi is wandering around. They haven't really made a decision what they want to do just yet. They're split up in a default right now, Rush B. They try to go for something a little bit closer to main, therefore, so knowing they want to try and keep the pressure up. Don't let them run you over. But in a position right now where they don't have much information at all for Zone. I think that's going to be the main thing that's going to hurt them in this round. Rexy will move forward. Oh, he played from E-Box and got an all-important incendiary with 30 seconds to go. And Spirit will get the opening onto an Executor, so that's after a bit of aggression toward Ivy. They did need to look for something, and they did. Now something is pushing forward as well. He's got two players lined up in front of him, waiting in toward Pop. This time, even though they had no information, they do go searching for it late round, and it catches Rush B preparing. Hero, leg shot, but does he get the kill? No, he doesn't, because he rushes down with a deagle. Something is better. And Forza will be guaranteed at least a 2-round lead at the end of the half.
With how well Forza Reload have been looking so far, I am very curious to how their T side is going to look and how they're going to react to things. And should make for a very interesting second, but let's see if Forza Reload can extend their lead at halftime point. Well, Spirit first one to go down, so that's not a good sign. It is a good one for Rush B. Shady. Oof, finding one, but quickly traded out by Kinky. There's a couple of players right up against main. Zinni will find a kill on Cusby. They were forced forwards by the President player in Pop, so it was a little unfortunate turn of events overall just there for Forza Reload. Kinky not able to take down something, but Rexy will fall. So now something in a 1v2. You know exactly where he is. Another molly to delay him.
Another one. Second molly. But look, he's got an incendiary, he's got a smoke, he's got a kit. He's only half HP. You have to try and bait out one play. He's trying to force Executor into the open. And sees a shoe, sees a foot. Something to work with. Now, he can use that incendiary in toward main. That might make Kiro a little bit uncomfortable. I know he's doing everything right, but so that unfortunately for him, the T side is jiggling out, and as soon as they hear him running toward the bomb, they will peek together. And that is Rush B gaining 5 at the end of the first half, trying to keep himself alive in the YaLLa Compass Winter 2025. Well, they're still in the pound seats, but now Rush B go onto their favoured side. They've got, I think it's like an over 50% win rate on their CT side, so I'm expecting this to continue to be close.
I think it's up to how well Forza Reload will just play out on the second half, because it seemed like they had the upper hand for the majority of the first half, and if they can dictate the pace of the second half as well, it can turn very ugly for Rush B. A B playing in the piss around. They have a flash. Seems like that's about it. Near side there's a smoke in the hands of Texi, but something surprises him. That smoke actually helps out Forza Reload a little bit. Zinni did find a headshot in the meantime, and he's looking for some more. Also, Forza Reload, they're not shying away from those fights, even though they could argue they should. Kiro with a good kill onto Shady. Spirit surprised to find someone this close. Rexy with a P250 headshot onto Kinky, but Kiro finds the kill, and Rexy has to deny the bomb defuse. That's still happening. Executor will make sure he doesn't get a chance to do it, and Rush B will walk away with at least the pistol round. But considering it was bomb plan, we could be seeing a force by here on the Forza Reload.
Yeah, I feel like it's likely. A couple of kills came through as well, so maybe we go for Galils, maybe we go for Tech9 utility. There's one already. I'm going to make a bold prediction that Rush B win the map from here.
Okay, I can see that angle. I just think that, of course, the Reload still have some things up their sleeve that they haven't shown up yet. So I'm not giving it to Rush B just yet. I need to see some
Fair
more
enough.
convincing stuff from them.
If they lose this round, I still think they're going to get back into the game and might make it close, but I do think Forza might be more in the driving seat after that.
Also, this round there's a lot riding on it.
Yeah. Is it going to be Forced by War, or is it going to be the Eco for Forza Reload? Let's see. Spirit walking upper. Kiro's in connector, staring at it at the moment. Texi, though, might go down if he doesn't get that kill clean enough. And he's been shoulder peeked out. Now Texi is aware of that, but he's taking a bit longer to swing here, Spirit. So that incendiary wards 3 players away. Are they aware of how many players were just waiting in brown halls there? Shady already tagged down to 42 with his scout. So you only really have a couple of options left now, and that's walking back through Pop to go toward the A bomb site. Kinky with the MP9 on an angle that I shall say might not be great range-wise. Now spotted on the bomb train, now 35 seconds. They need to find answers. They need to know where this setup is being played from. It's a great smoke from Kinky, actually, and more damage in toward Rexy. He actually might just go down to the SMG because of the range of it and the low HP, but Customies hit 2. Following up onto Kinky. Hang on, the FAMAS has gone unchecked, and that's a bomb on the floor. It's all falling apart late round. Something will not be able to pick up the bomb and find 3 kills. Either or.
Yeah, I don't know. After this round, I'm not as sure as about what I was saying anymore. I mean, getting 2 kills when you're pushing into the A site, not expecting a third on train, where usually you have 4 players defending the A site, and especially pretty big potential of a player being towards Ivy. For the reload, I'll still chuck it up as to a slight overlook, but we'll see if that's the case or if Rush B can take control here. It is not the greatest of buys here for Forza Reload. They do have some pistols. They do have that saved Galil. Well, unfortunate for something that he doesn't get the loss bonus. He did survive, and he will be keeping that Galil for, well, up until right now, as he's taken down by Texi. No. So never mind, that Galil didn't really amount to a lot.
Yeah, this is tough. It's tough. I might pick up the Galil, which is something, but it's raining, it's pouring. There's no old man snoring, but I do need to find some kills from somewhere, and that's the start. Zinni dropped by the Deagle. The Deagles look good in these entries, but in comes the M4. Kiro looking clean with that one, and then Kinky will help out. A lot cleaner. 3 players will hold. Spirit looking to peak. So, Rush B. Solid on CT to start the second half in every single given situation. Even after being met with adversity. Side note, I do like the jerseys of both these 2 teams. We've got a lot of red and black, sure, but Forza's is a different type of design. And we don't have enough pink and purple on jerseys in World Counter-Strike, so I'm glad Rush B have given us some of that.
Oh, I'm a big fan of purple as well. I remember... this is a funny story. I used to be in a team once where we had jerseys that had black and gold, which looked really, really good. And our manager, I guess, puts in the order for the jerseys, which was with like some UK company that was doing all the jerseys at that point. I'm talking about like 2016. Right. And it was like a big name. Like we were so excited that we're getting jerseys. We got long sleeved jerseys.
Oh my goodness.
I asked my manager, hey, have you ever seen an esports team with long sleeved jerseys? And he's like, no. Well, why do we have them? it was just so awkward.
I'm guessing you played sleeves rolled up. Right?
We all did, yeah. It was very hot.
Yeah.
And obviously we were never...
Do you consider cutting them off, or just play with rolled up all the time?
I think we had some sponsors on the sleeves as well.
Oh, okay.
It was a little unfortunate, but...
shot.
Hero.
This is another good round from Rush B early on here. Texas got an opening. We've got Kiro legging Spirit. I don't know if it's a leg, but it was definitely a tag at the corner of the wall. Need an answer back from somewhere, but Kasumi can only provide one. Good team play from Rush B on the CT side thus far. Utilities on point. Timings are as well.
Well, Forza Reload, you're starting to lose my trust. Just because it seemed like they had some very, very good strategies on the CT side, and when you do that, you usually know how to counter them as well. And Rush B is just, they're just doing a very good job of just getting kills. Not really doing anything too special. They're just hitting the headshot. It's a 2v4. It's not the worst situation in the world, but it's not really gonna be easy either. As Ginky starts to rotate over to the B side, just split up down the middle, 2v2, or 2 in A, 2 in B rather. Rexy eliminated, and Spirit. This spawn plan is gonna help out with the money situation, just give them a little extra. But apart from that, nothing else gained in this round. 9 on the board for Rush B. For Forza Reload, yet to win a round on the T side.
Yeah, and that's worrying. That is worrying. We know Forza Reload don't have the reps that Rush B do on Trade. Played it once on HLTV. They did manage to beat Sashi, which is a good win. But Rush B have played 7 more times recently. Very up and down for them, but it's one they like to pick into. They'll be choosing to pick into a map that Forza Reload have less experience on. Maybe that's their reasoning. They need this bye round to go their way, otherwise this map will feel like it's inevitable. Both teams looking to take their own pick. Take us to 3. Reminder, of course, this is one of the quarterfinals for YaLLa Compass Winter 2025. Whoever wins this game plays ECLOT in the next round. And ECLOT are actually on decent form. Definitely a winnable game, though, still, for either team. Another good opening pick from Executor, stopping them from making their way through the Ivy position. We've got 3 players in quick rotation positions as well. Executor will realise there's one more player here.
Shady. Gonna be dropping that smoke. There's a second smoke from their side that came through. Not exactly sure what that's about. I couldn't get to see it. Some kind of one-way. Good kill out of Rexy. But there is Kiro with one from the off. Spirit will find Zini, but Executor is able to trade out. And right now in a 3v2, favoring the side of Rush B. Something's low HP. Rexy not doing too great either. Oh, that nade is always scary. Also takes his behind him, so round's over.
Yeah. Took a little bit too long there. I understand why they took a little bit longer. Like, there's not really nothing they can do in that scenario. Just waiting for Rush B to maybe make one mistake, find information on another player, grab a kill. But something is already being tracked and traced. And Texi will remove him from the round. Rush B looking incredibly solid on their CT side, as I thought they would. For once, the stats actually do back it up, this performance. They're getting ever closer now to this 3rd map decider, which incidentally the Ancient. This is one that both teams actually play quite a bit. Forza Reloaded the very few times they played on it on HLTV are actually 100% record on it. Sashi, Copenhagen Wolves and Bad News Eagles are all in the history books. So they'll be comfortable there, but we need to get there first.
Well, it's not the greatest positions to be in if you're forced to reload, playing with Tech 9s, a Deagle, an AK. Some would say that a fast speed play could be the way to go. Kuzmi, nice shot. Kiro, though, he already doubled up. He's looking through Sandwich. Position that Rush B did benefit quite a lot from. Pushing through. Missile did go through the smoke. Hero, though, he's still an assassin here, and Texi will be taking down Spirit. That's 11 for Rush B. They're not stopping here. Forza Reload, absolutely nothing on the T side. I mean, nothing working out. It was 7-5. It's 6 straight rounds for Rush B. And I know we've seen a lot of straight rounds from Forza Reload as well, but you can see the worried look of something there on his webcam.
Yeah.
It is not comfortable at all.
I do think Kiro's having a really good series as well. It's actually kind of anti what we've expected from him recently. A bit more of it's more the rifles that kind of show up for this Rush B team. But Kiro overall is going to be the top performer in the series by the end of map 2. I wonder if that will continue going into map 3. This round's on though for Forza. Spirit creeping through Ivy. They've already got 2 kills thanks to something. They'll eventually be taken down, but let's see. Should get spotted out. Oh, it's awkward though. Getting that headshot accurately when they're dancing around the trains like that is always so difficult. Make you feel so uncomfortable at times. Smoke in that position as well. Blocks off the main angle. Kinky's position is known. He's dancing from one side of Pop to the other. Rexy wants to duel him. That HE will be good. Takes him down to 35. But Kinky refusing to swing any further. They're waiting to see what Texi can do, but Spirit is watching for it. Good positioning. And now with Kiro and Kinky both stuck here, even though they've got money, it's worth falling back.
Forza Reload. Finally finding something to fight with. But they're gonna need a lot more. It's their first round here on the CT, or on the T side rather. Look at that. At round history. It is not looking good at all. But we've seen worse score lines. Did Forza Reload crack the code? So far, they haven't really cracked the economy of Rush B. Still sitting comfortable. Potentially for even the next round, as Kiro's on over 7,000. Then let's see what Forza Reload are about to do. They did drop the bomb all the way in the back. So that's supposed to be picked up later on. As they send a couple of players looking interested in upper B. Potentially Pop as well, as they try to swing through Ivy, but there's Kiro with the shot onto Spirit. Could he have waited for the smoke? 100%.
Yeah.
They did. Oh,
Rexy.
Rexy.
Oh, and Kinky was there as well to help. Awkward timing for Rexy. This means this map should all but done, you'd think. 12 will be on Rush B. Plenty of map points to work with. Shady and Kasmi, they've got a minute to play in this round. Maybe Rush B go searching and they make an error or two, but they've got every player in the right position right now. 2 even in Pop as well to hold the up dog position. I'm not actually going to start calling it that, but that was the meme in Pro League. Long dog, up dog. I'll just get people asking you what's up dog.
But I decided against it.
Shady will move Executor. Actually, that not finding a way to complete this kill, Kinky. He is lower than Kasmi, but he does just play with the smoke a bit too long. It looks very silly, actually. And Shady realizes that he can pick up the bomb and maybe go for something toward A, but with 20 seconds, looks at the clock and realizes, we've got no money. I may as well try and save. Unfortunately, you won't be allowed to do that because Zinni's pushed all the way through Ivy, caught him in the side. Now Rush B have multiple map 3 points.
And I think I should have listened to you.
Trust me, I don't have the script, but I usually go with what the stats point towards, and for once it hit. Very often it's the opposite. But
Oh yeah, I know exactly how that feels. Just not getting the predictions right. That's That's what I always do, but Forza Reload,
Who does anymore?
yeah, I mean, it's just so random. A timeout, although, taken here by Forza Reload and try and figure out how they can get those 4 rounds to try and force out overtime. With the way that's been going so far, I'm not expecting too many things here out of Forza Reload, I'm going to be honest. Maybe it's a little brutal, but it's kind of the way it goes. But I may be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. Executor already down to 2 HP. That's a very specific amount of HP, interestingly enough. Kira with the op eliminates something. He's trying to swing through Ivy. It has been the round ball for a long time, and it still is, as Kuzmi is taken down through the smoke by Zinni. They're losing members left and right here for Forza Reload. Just 3 more kills at the Rush B, and the map is over. We get to see Ancient. Very played map for Rush B. Very one map from Forza Reload. Oh, God. I don't know how that doesn't hit, but a second one hits. It's a 2v2 right now. He finds the kill on Kiro. Maybe the final one, it will be Spirit to take down Kinky. Forza Reload, they are still in this.
And Spirit does some great work outside there, but actually didn't see it because we were watching Kiro whiff, I'm afraid. I mean, it's just unlucky. Obviously it's almost a guaranteed kill for Kiro in every single situation. He did recover and get it, but it caused too much havoc in the ranks, I think. And Spirit just picked a few off outside in the meantime. And you know, listen, money's not amazing right now for Rush B. They lose this round and no one saves. 12-10 will become 12-11, and then it's only 1 round until OT. So let's see. There's an opportunity here, a slight glimmer. But they haven't been very successful on their T side, so they're going to have to find success here and now. It might be a little bit too late.
Executor looking for the shot through the smoke. Not connecting, but there's certainly presence there. Good shot from Kiro. Opens up the round once again for Rush B. Shady's got a good angle. Spotted Zinni. Not exactly sure if Zinni spotted him. But Executor right around the corner. The bait and switch from the 2 players were CT. Shady will survive that endeavor, but will be losing a good chunk of his HP. Rexy and Kuzmi in the meantime walking out of A main.
Yeah.
And going down the same way they came out. Zinni with the double. It's all down to Shady. And it's not going to happen. It's Executor with the final kill, 13-9, and we'll get to see a 3rd map as well.
Yeah, deservedly so. I said the first map was an absolute, I think, deserved result and right result for Forza Reload, and map 2 is no different this time for though. As soon as they got onto that CT side, I was quite confident in them, especially after they won the pistol, and they got it done. It was a good start to the game from Forza once again, but as soon as they lost that clutch to Executor, it was always going to come back in Rush B's favour. It felt like Executor with that amazing spray down transfer from the back in the corner of hell. On the A-bomb site, and it caused hell for Forza, that's for sure. And as well, I think it's not just that particular situation, it's a number of other situations that just didn't work out for them. Timings across the map and pushes, I think they just looked a little bit cleaner overall, Rush B. They said they do play the map a little bit more than Forza Reload do. So yeah, all the right players showed up. Kiro again had an amazing game, as you can see there. That's 24-9 for him. We add that to his map 1 statistics. That's 24 plus 23, 47, and how many deaths? 8. So he's like 47 and 23 right now. He's absolutely loving this series. So we'll have to see how he does on the 3rd map, because that will be Ancient, of course. And honestly, expecting that to be a bit closer because it's a bit more of a middle ground map, I feel like, for both teams. Unbeaten on it recently, our Forza Reload, against some decent opposition, but Rush B, of course, play it a hell of a lot more. But it'll go to a break when we find out, when we come back, sorry, we'll find out who makes it through to that semi-final.
She said she loves you.
But she can't love me.
But I love you.
Yeah. Look, all of my men's going crazy. I gotta brag on myself, I amaze me. Got nothing phase me. I'm seeing dope like I'm back in the 80s.
I won't play window anymore.
What's going on?
Play your role. 1xBet.
On to the next one. YaLLa Compass 2025 season.
If anyone peeks through, they're both dead. They're both dead in the smoke. Bomb drops, popped up behind it at the edge of.
YaLLa Compass 2024 champions.
YaLLa, let's go!
And we are back. We're getting ready for the final map of the best of 3 between Rush B and Forza Reload to decide exactly who's the last team to make it in through the quarterfinals and who's going to make it into the semifinal against ECLOT. Now, we've had a couple of fairly close couple of maps, right? I mean, Mirage did go up to 13-8. Train did end up as a 13-9, but the thing is, on Train, Forza Reload, especially in the second half, were almost non-present. So now we're moving into Ancient, a map that Rush B do enjoy playing. Is their second most played, but only 46% win rate, while Forza Reload, they only played it 3 times, but won every single time. So, quick question here, Trav. Who's winning?
Yeah, the $1 million question, huh? Or what, I don't know, the $25,000 question, perhaps, for this tournament. I don't know. I would say for me, if I was to pick a winner, I would still pick Rush B because they are the established team here, but there has been some really good individual level moments from both in this game. If Kiro, I think I will say, if Kiro on Rush B falls off a little bit, even from what we've seen so far, that might actually open up an opportunity for Forza because he's been the main guy for Rush B all evening. So I think maybe slightly worrying for the likes of Rush B if we are in that situation. But either way, we are going to be going live on toward Ancient. Whoever wins this particular map will be going through to the semi-finals to play against ECLOT in the games tomorrow. So good opportunity for both these two to get some money won this year. Who will make their way through. It's one map of Ancient. Can Forza stay unbeaten?
Well, they'll try to get it done, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. As Zinni's taking some swings up into mid. Texie's paying attention to any A main aggression. Of course, they reload, they are taking their time. Looking interested in mid. And Zinni's line of sight has been blocked off. Could be walking themselves into cave. Oh, Kiro, man of the match. Oh, look at the swing, though, from Executor. Finds a double kill before going down. Kiro's back in, but just as quickly, he is out as Something gets himself a double kill. He's down to 4 HP, but it is still a 3v3, so headshots can still be gained, especially as Something got himself a new SP. Zinni, through the smoke, finds the kill. The bomb will be planted. Can they cover? As Kuzmi is looking for those kills. Looking for a double. Blindsided by Texie. And it is all on the shoulders of Shady. P250 in hand. Needs a couple of headshots, and he finds one. Almost a second kill. Only 5 HP for Zinni. But he's going to survive, and he's going to win the round for Rush B.
Huge start. Great clutch for Zinni. He's the other guy in the team that I was looking to see deliver a good level today. Alongside Texie, it's sort of those two riflers that are the main guys for Rush B. And he started this last map decider very cleanly indeed. Time again for Forza Reload, though. I expect them to go for the Force, and they've already got the Galils out. And there's that UMP again. He sold it, never mind.
Ooh. We want to see the UMP. You know, I'm not that mad that we don't see the UMP. Getting into things there. Trying to get into things through A main. Well-timed smoke, a molly behind it. That's going to delay them even more. Where is he? Reload not allowed into the A site. They do have a player sneaked into the cubby in B main. That is something. Kinky could be joining his teammate here. Oh, but it's going through the smoke. Kinky, interestingly enough, he actually gets that kill. Rexy pushed out of the smoke by himself. The help was a little late. Well-timed smoke here in A main as well. That's gonna deter Forza Reload from pushing into A as well, or into B rather as well. So they're just playing more or less ring around the rosy.
What we thought. 40 seconds left. I would say Forza are doing the right thing here. Grouping up and going toward A is probably the best call when you've got such little utility. Casimir and Spirit have enough, right? But only just enough to get a safer plant. And something has got his kill there. Oh, it's going to force the rotation away. This is the perfect call. Something's actually got two on the other side of the map. It could not have gone better.
Wow.
Doesn't even need to sell a fake, right? Like, it's sold the fake so well, the other side didn't even need to do anything.
Yeah, usually you're just throwing util or just firing away, trying to get a kill, maybe try and force some rotations. But if you push in and you get a double kill, you're basically clearing out the site for yourself, and the whole team is on the other side of the map. Worked out. And with that, Forza Reload. They concede the first round, but they answer back instantly to tie up the game. Rush B, they will have to force up that save of the Galil from Executor. Is going to be very important just to have a bigger weapon to play with in this round. It's because it's just you know, an MP9, some 5.7s. We won't count out the 5.7s just yet, just because it is they're just so strong at this point, and we've seen what they can do, and for sure they can do it again on this map, even if, you know, the duels might not be all that short range, while they could be short range. Even in the mid range, or rather long range, they did really well. So I'm always scared of a 5.7.
Yeah, we've already seen it happen once, haven't we, like you say, so... For Spy War's underway. Shady waiting to pounce out mid, just playing anti-flash a little bit, in case someone decides to go swinging in with a bit of teammate support. First contact, that's a beautiful flash coming in from Kasmi. Spirit helped out with that one. Will kiss him out of the round. 5 versus 4. Move forward, needs this kill. Actually, that's a very difficult, clean kill to take in that angle, especially with the Galil. That difficult spray. That smoke has somehow gone bouncing back toward the donut player. Very awkward for Texi. He might be concerned now about them coming from the right-hand side, of course. So I don't know how that bounced back his way. Weird smoke. Actually gives him the impetus to push close to toward it, but he still finds Shady. Only one, though. It's down to execute it behind the side, and that's a great reaction from Cusby. MP9 will charge in. 2 would be a miracle. There's no miracles here. Rexy will deal with Kinky rotating in. Forza Reload will immediately hit back and confirm the eco for Rush B.
I was expecting the four Spy Wars to go on for a little longer, but it seems like it's not the case. And Forza Reload could get away with yet another... Wait... Forcing up again?
Yeah, that is I would say unusual, because they had, what, 2.3k per player? That's usually the territory for the normal eco and then buy in the following. And Forza Reload didn't exactly win the round with only one player alive or anything. So this is definitely a bit of a forced buy gamble. It's an unusual timing to go for it. Maybe they're just trying to use that sort of unusualness about it. That's not a word. That more unusual situation. To catch them off guard, and already it's working. Kinky will charge his way into a Jaguar. I'd love one more, but something puts a stop to it. An Executor, well, they've only got one option, but to smoke him off.
I mean, if you force up after getting a lot of damage done, I get it, right? The enemy has a weak economy, you could risk, but there could be some reward. But this time around, I'm not so sure. I mean, the trades are effective. The buddy system is working out. The double peek here. Oh, that could be perfect. Something does go down, and now Rexy, can he find that headshot onto Executor? He's playing a headshot angle duel against the Deagle, but Rexy will win it. And with that, it is 3 on the board for Forza. It's gonna be a half buy from Rush B. I mean, it would be so weird to buy up once again. Because, yeah, you got 4 players down, but it's not like you'd completely destroy their economy. I mean, 3 players are still doing all well. And it's another force buy. Okay, I'm officially very confused here, Trav.
They've got money on 3 players, Forza. Why are Rush B just forcing? This is new territory for me. I don't think I've ever seen 2 forces in a row where you should be ecoing usually. Very strange. Forza Reload will just charge their way into toward A. It will work out. Oh, actually, I say it will work out. There's lots of damage being done through the smoke by Kiro's Deagle. He's not just one, he's tagged another. Denied the initial attempt of the bomb plant. And now actually smokes are fading, so they do need to be a bit more careful. It's now awkward actually for Forza.
They need to either take control of CT or Donut, and, well, the answer, the easier answer is CT. Just to open up one of the ways here. That is an interesting smoke drop there by Rush B. Second player joining Hero. Gets a second kill into something. Texi around the corner. Oh, Texi, he gives away his position, though.
Yeah, he was getting a bit antsy, right? He was thinking, oh, they're actually pushing me close. Do I need to take the initiative and peek first? Actually, like, it looks like a weird decision from Forza to go in for Temple and push like that. But I actually appreciate the initiative to try and clear out a position so the bomb plant feels a bit safer. Finally, they're going to try and go for it. But, of course, that flash and CT spawn was amazing to set up another kill with the SMG. Now the AK has been upgraded to Spirit off angle behind the box. Got helped by Cusme, and the angle is being held beautifully. Quad kill, 7 on the board, 4 on the board for Forza. 4 in the round for Cusme, 4 on the scoreboard for Forza. And honestly, I think I just saw it there for a second. I expect Rush B to force again. I think they are.
The thing is, Executor was left alone in Donut. I don't know why. So they had 3 players towards Donut. One of them rotated, or like the 5th player rotated over to CT to help out. And then everyone rotated to CT.
Yeah.
They all came through CT. No single player came through Temple. So they kind of isolated themselves. And it was just very important for Rush B to have presence in both Donut and CT, just to try and deny any area retrieval or the bomb plan, because that's exactly what happened. They went for the bomb plan. They got a player to push up into Donut, gets an easy kill onto the player with a 5-7 who's all alone, and in the end, they focused a lot on the pack, I guess, going in instead of just splitting up and having multiple players playing the buddy system. So with that, yeah, it is another force buy. I mean, Rush B, what's the way of thinking here? It has to work at one point, because you're maxed out at 3,400. You don't get extra money from a bomb plan. You're on the CT side, so that's not happening. You can't really afford a buy off of that. Yeah. So what's it gonna be? Only MP9s and an occasional M4 when someone has extra money?
Yeah, it's strange for sure. And actually, you know, there are some teams and in-game leaders that used to call like strange force buy decisions. One of them was Bird from Sky, but I don't think any of his was ever as egregious as this. Listen, they're getting progress in this round, and in all of these rounds, actually, to be fair to them, and they're keeping the pressure up. They're actually, you know, long-term, they are keeping that Forza Reload money relatively honest, right? So, look, it's actually worked out in the end to put Forza on a half investment here. They can do one eco and be able to buy in the next. But still, it took them a long time to get there. I don't know. It's worked out that it probably will give them 2 rounds rather than the 1 if they'd saved one and bought properly. It's weird decisions, but ultimately, I think they get the result they wanted.
Well, they do, but technically, I think they could have gotten it a lot earlier if just they would have had a decent buy. Now, Forza Reload being a normal team, they're gonna eco. JD. Let's go down to the Molly. There is Rexy eliminated by an AK. Was a eagle in the hands of Rexy, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're looking for it. Cosme got it. Couldn't try to find some of those 1Ds being held by the Glocks, but it's not gonna happen. Wonderful stuff from Zini as well with that triple kill. And a 3rd round on the board for Rush B. Forza Reload do have enough money for their buy, so can they start striking back? Or, well, I guess not back, but to disallow Rush B of tying up the game, potentially taking control of the game, just because it could be another eco lined up for Forza Reload if they lose this one. Pretty important moment right at the start of the map. Molly extinguished there by Zinni. The flash was a little off-timed, as Zinni didn't have time to peek into the enemy and take out blinded enemy.
Love that AK with the unicorn hollows on it. Perfect match for the wild work of that skin. Now we need a bit more of a play together, I feel like, for Forza Reload here. Zinni done, again, really good work to get one out full back behind donut flashes for his exit. Sees 2 more players total, and while that's all going on, Kiro is dealing with 2 all by himself. I mentioned that his AWPing has kind of kept Rush B in the driving seat in the in that second map. And overall in the series, he's having a wonderful series. And now, 10 and 5 in map 3, also top fragging again. Not necessarily with the AWP every round either. Look where Kiro is, by the way. He's got T-spawn. The round's just over.
Yep. No way around this one. 30 seconds. I mean, the deal was already sealed, but that was the final nail in the coffin. There we go. Spirit eliminated by Texi. Flawless round here from Rush B. And, well, we did criticize their way of playing out, but it got them here. Probably gonna get them into the lead. But don't try it at home. You know, it was like the disclaimer they had on wrestling, and everybody ignored it and still tried it at home.
Yeah.
Just don't try this one at home. Just forcing up round after round. Probably will lead to less broken bones than ignoring the advice of not trying wrestling at home, but certainly it's at least as fun as that was. Were you ever Batista bombed, Trav?
Was I ever what, sorry?
Were you ever Batista bombed?
No, because I don't know what that is.
Oh god. Okay.
Can you explain?
Well, it's a wrestling move, but it's a little hard to explain.
I assumed as such, but
it's when no, it's actually very hard to explain.
okay.
I'll show you to you after.
All right, fair enough. What, you're gonna come to the UK and show it to me?
No,
you're gonna Batista bomb me.
If we get a chance to work an event in person together, I'm gonna Batista bomb you to the casting desk.
Okay. Deal.
There we go. Write it down. If you want some fun at your event, make sure you hire us. But your desk might suffer some damage.
Yeah.
Also
so
Trav as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a classic, right? Like you have a crash or something, it damages your helmet. The first question is, is the helmet okay? Spirit accidentally will team kill Rexy. Unfortunately, it's just the Glock round, but it shouldn't hurt the buy too much, as you can see. Now Rush B are back in the lead again.
There we go. Trying to secure at least an equal score at halftime point. It's Rush B. Need one more, and they got, 6. So that should secure at least a 6-6 half, if not even more right after if they're able to take it. This one's more of a weirder buy from Forza Reload. 3 players are buying up, 2 players are not really buying up, or kind of half buying. That's because it's a fast play, and the MAC-10s were sent out first. Got control over the side. Kinky will say otherwise, and no, Kinky just mowing him down. It's a triple kill. Rexy finds one in return. It is a 4v2 favoring the side of Rush B, and well, that's a lot due to Kinky's just defense of the site. The flank is coming through as well. They never expected Hero this quickly. Something in a 1v3 right now. About half HP. Bomb is dropped towards short, and he will take the long way around, but it is not going to be easy for something to win this round. I mean, sure, Texie's tagged up as well, but he's going to need headshots. Oh, that was a chance for one, but as soon as he comes in a little closer, it's going to be a triple pick, and he's probably going to be swiftly dealt with. There we go. Zinni takes him down, and that's Rush B with 6 on the board. Now, it was an interesting approach, right? An interesting idea, sending a couple of players with MAC-10s in and all that. And because of that, Kuzmi can drop over and off. But apart from that, you're really going to be missing some weapons this round.
Yeah, honestly, I think Rush B will actually be kind of delighted with the position they found themselves in now. They've somehow managed to win that forced buy war, and I say that forced buy war, they continued forced buys, which usually maybe you wouldn't see a team go for. But they calculated the economy well enough to be able to continue buying, and then knowing that their first round they win would eventually put Forza on an eco, and they actually haven't run around since Forza. Great catch from Shady. They need more than just that opening. They need a couple more, and Shady will get a second. Finally, they found an answer. A bit more of aggression toward that B lane position. Shady stopped the first, and then held the angle for the second. The wallbang will come through from Zinni, and there is, of course, lots of money here for Rush B. Last round of the half coming up next. That's without a doubt going for this. And Shady is definitely taking a gamble by running around as he is with the AWP in that position. Could have easily been wallbanged as well. But now it's all down to this push. This smoke. The smoke was actually excellent. And Spirit was low HP from earlier on. They can just get on the defuse here. It might be very hard to find. He's holding it. Will he get found? I'm watching it. The knife's come out. But the defuse has come through. Shady couldn't find him in time.
Ooh. Well, that's probably not the way they were expecting to get themselves up to 7. But again, they'll take it. They won't say no to that. With that being said, that was so awkward. The op betraying you. That's how it goes sometimes. It is a tactical pause called in by Forza Reload before the last round of the first half starts out. With one more, they could find themselves up to 8. And technically have an easier time into the second half, but we all know that those scorelines can easily be overturned, so we won't jump to conclusions just yet. I like the confidence, though. I like the confidence, the presence of Rush B towards mid. They weren't really all that present at first, right? They weren't really all that aggressive, but this time they are able to hold their ground. And Force a reload, well, it seems like they'll just accept it.
Tap on the bomb. Actually thought Texi may have forced his way forward to try and deny it. But Forza have at least forced their way into the site acceptably well. Bomb now down, but we've already seen one late second defuse come through. Spirit's going to try and stop that from happening. Forza Reload, they'd love this little recovery at the end of the half, and honestly, they really needed it. They could have definitely been even at 6-6, don't get me wrong. That knife in the back did not inspire too much confidence, unfortunately, but Texi is saving his KD. And listen, I get it, but just grow up and go for the round, bro. I don't know.
I get it. Boo.
I get it, but boo. Doesn't matter. Forza Reload will take their fifth, and Rush B, they're still in the driving seat somewhat, in my opinion. I think they're gonna. I think they have a good chance of winning this game. But if you look at recent results, the thing that does worry me slightly for Rush B is the fact that they have not the best results overall on Ancient. They lost to Fav Bait, lost to Power Vision as well. Shouldn't be ashamed of any of those results, but they haven't really got close in too many of them, other than one of those Bait games. And they're actually, their CT round win percent is lower than their T side. That's one of the reasons why I'm confident in them winning the game. I think they do have a good T side on this map, but you never know.
Well, we're about to find out. Where are we? It is well, I guess a technical pause called in. Maybe just a quick, quick bathroom break, and then we can get back into things. But yeah, I think Rush B should be feeling comfortable here. I mean, lose the first map. On the second map, it took a pretty long time, but you were able to take it away. And now on a third, where the enemy's boasting 100% win rate, but it's not necessarily boasting a lot of experience in the past 3 months. Surely you're going to be feeling very confident. But yeah, as soon as everyone's ready, we can get back into the game to see who's going to move forward into the playoffs. So we're talking about this. The winner of this game will be going on to play ECLOT into that semifinal spot. And you get yourself into the semifinal spot, that's at least 1.5k secured. You win there, at least 3.5. Of course, the winners will walk away with 12.5k, which is quite a hefty sum. You want to be on your A game here, because it does feel like it's only getting harder from here on out. Whoever wins here, playing against ECLOT, then in the final, if they're able to win against either, they're going to play against either Beg or Passion UA. Those are all
because some good teams there.
Games.
Yeah, I think it's actually cool for Big or Passion UA. They obviously, as we've spoken about before, it's currently an unranked event, but I think that getting a little bit of cash, why not give it a go? And Passion UA, of course, any sort of success at this sort of level as well will be handy for them just to gain a bit of confidence, because they're in a new era, aren't they, with Fear moving on to Fnatic. That CCT has just ended, by the way. Fear has got Fnatic to the finals of that event. And Fnatic have played their 10th best of 3 in 3 days. But BC Game did come out on top. That just flies them up the VRS rankings, by the way. They were 31st and now 21st. Puts them into invite territory now. Yeah, above Heroic, above FlyQuest, Complexity, M80. Opportunities for teams when you get that little injection.
Well, seems like it's something a little more serious than just a bathroom break here. I've been waiting around for a little longer than that. Hopefully everything's okay and they can fix things fairly quickly. Cosme, we'll come back. But yeah. Saw that Fnatic game they had against Nexus.
Yeah.
A little sad Nexus lost, but happy they got to the semifinals.
Yeah, listen, I'm
already getting so far into tournaments I'll never know, but
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I'm sure you're the first person to acknowledge that they were kind of living off that IESF win in terms of their ranking for so long.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then, of course, because of the certain timing of the VRS invite, right, for all the CCT playoffs, they still have one more like playoff invite in Series 20 because all the invites were made from a certain date, and they have kind of lost every single one. They were plummeting a bit, but still living off those invites. They have one more opportunity, and actually getting those 2 wins is pretty critical for them. I actually just quickly look now how that affects them slightly now the that's over. That's for your boys. For the global ranking, Nexus are now 43rd, but I think they're a little bit lower than that before that. So yeah, that those 2 wins will have helped a little bit, and that prize money added would have helped a little bit too, because they're mostly completely on the downturn. I had the opportunity to cast some of them, of course, the other day, and I also checked the result against Navi Junior, and they just Prime Zella had just returned out of nowhere. It was insane. Incredible result.
Some fun games to be witnessing, as is this one, because everyone's ready. And we are back underway. It is the piss around. Rush B on the T side now with Forza Reload on the CT side. Shady does put out a couple of players, but there's Spirit with a duel. He's Cosme helping out. Spirit, the last bullet in the mag, and take down Zinni, and it's a 4v1. All of a sudden, Forza Reload finding success as Texi is all by himself. Now, we've seen clutches in the piss around, but this is not going to be one of them. It is Forza Reload with 6.
Game on. Quite possibly game on.
Not a lot differentiating those 2 teams. They're giving it their all. We've had a couple of fairly close first 2 maps, and now on the 3rd one, we wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, the missiles are running toward the MP9. 1.5 is enough. It's actually 1 3/4. And there should be no chance success here for Executor. He's desperately fumbling to try and get the gun, but he was not long for this world. 1 map all, 7 all. Waiting for the answer of who faces ECLOT in that semi-final. I think the slight tech pause is maybe due to one of the players needing a bit of a medical break at one point. I think I saw Executor with a bit of tissue paper up his nose. Nosebleeds happen to the best of us. Don't worry, my friend.
I think I've had 1 in my entire life.
It's funny that, right? Because I've seen, like, a couple of little pauses when a player's needed to just, stuff a tissue up his nose for a nosebleed, and I think I've had 1 in my entire life. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I guess it just happens more for some people.
Yeah, I think there's certainly some factors.